Good afternoon. Say hi if you're on. I'd love to see who's on watching. Very impromptu decision made yesterday. I apologize deeply if it annoys you when these impromptu videos are planned. I don't mean to annoy anybody, that's for sure. But sometimes that's just kind of how my agenda rolls. We were supposed to have my side of the families get together. We try to do it around Christmas every year. So today was blocked off for that because our original day was snowed in. But of course, people are back to work and life is just busy. So we forfeit it this year. So in its place, I'm here with you. Hi, Michelle. Saturday morning where you're at. Where are you? For me, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yes, very cute kitties. So I posted that I'm going to use Furry Friends from Stamperia. As some of you may know, I did a deep distash of my supplies and I have my papers all in order, so I knew exactly which one that appealed to me for this just layout. I haven't done a layout in a long time and I want to do more. So these are 3 kitties. Hi, Irene. Nice for you to join. And if you don't have this line or if this line doesn't appeal to you, of course, you can use any paper line just by following the same instructions that I do. So I printed them both in black and white and in color because I wasn't sure if the colored photos would compete with the paper, which I'll show you in a minute, because the paper is a little bit busy. Um, I'm thinking I'm going to go with the black and white, but we'll see. I'll try both. And this little girl, she weighs 17 pounds, and her name is Delta. None of these are mine. This is our son's girlfriend's cat, Delta. This little kitty is our daughter's kitten. This is, oh, it's a lazy day for you. That's good. This little kitty's name is Boots. And then this dude did live with us for almost a year. He's our son's cat. His name is Smeagol. And if you can see him, he is very serious. He was a rescue cat. I love his little mustache. And he definitely has an attitude of, he is the male dominance in the room. So I have those. And then I have, so it depends on how this afternoon goes, I might create 2 layouts. This is our daughter's boyfriend's dog, and she is a beautiful German Shepherd, and her name is Kaja. So lots of pet photos to choose from. So I'm going to put those aside. We'll decide which pictures we're going to use as we get into it. It says there's currently 10 viewers, so that's awesome. Hi, Deb. Nice for you guys to join in. So I'm going to show you the papers that I have, and they're still in their packages. So I have the 8x8 pads. This is the, and I'll open them. We'll look at them together because I've just viewed them from the package. So I have the patterns, and then I have what they call the solids. What do they call this? Oh, and I stapled, being so organized, I stapled my package of ephemera on the package of paper. Actually, I didn't staple it. It looks like I glued it. There. I have the package of ephemera, and their ephemera is really nice. It's got a nice goldy sheen to it, but we'll take that apart and look at them closer. So this one, and this backgrounds, and then the Furry Friends. Oh my God, the paper smells delicious. It's got that really new paper smell. So let's have a look at it. And like I said, this may not be your jam, but you can use this layout for anything that you want. So you can actually cut out the front covers. We might use some of this. I love circles. I know circles cause Heather to become nauseous, but I love circles, so I might have to lean over and grab some of my punches. Look at the catitude. More circles on this side. I wonder if they line up. No, they don't. That's okay. And then we have some nice things we can fussy cut, but I don't think I'm going to fussy cut because I have the ephemera. But if you don't have the ephemera, if you just have the paper, you can always fussy cut images out. Morning is a soft promise. These are great for coffee cards too. And there's the doggies. So I might put this one aside for if I do get to the dog picture. Just some very fun, but you can tell that it's a busy paper. So that's why I'm thinking the black and white, because I do love layering a lot of paper. Oh, and I love this, like just to cut out, it's almost like a stamped. Oh, I love this. I love this part. Oh, look at this, the crew. That's so cute. We have a doggy daycare in the neighborhood, and they are so fantastic to post pictures of the dogs that are there. I have no idea how they make them pose as a group the way they do, and they dress them up and they celebrate dogs' birthdays, but it's hilarious. I like that. And then we have some little cards, and I did print my pictures to be 2 by 3. And then we have some tags here. Like, this is really cute. This is really cute. And then the backgrounds. So backgrounds I love because it doesn't matter if it's themed. You can use it for anything. Like, you can usually find a use for backgrounds for any layout that you're wanting to do. Look at this. This is fabulous. Nice bright oranges. I like that. Hi, Carolyn. Happy New Year indeed. I booked to go to a crop weekend here in Nova Scotia with my best friend, scrapbooking friend, at the end of the month. So I am excited about that, but we are having a bit of a traditional winter. So I hope the weather stays positive for us. Like, I love this. I can see me cutting some of these out and popping them in behind pictures. And I do have a distress ink out, vintage photo, because I just felt this paper probably needed a little edging. Oh my God, I love that. Like, I love this. This is my first time looking at it with you. So great options. And then I have the ephemera. So this is kind of what I have from that kit. However, because I didn't have a 12 by 12 piece of paper, I pulled out some black because I thought, well, I can use this as my background because this is going to be 12 by 12 layout. However, with my Stamperia that I just neatly organized, I come across this half-used paper pad. It's called Time is an Illusion, and it's the exact same color palette as this line. So if you follow lines and buy them, then you often can replace. And this is going to be a question for you guys. How many out there don't mind mixing and matching different lines? There are some people, my best friend is kind of one of them. She hates mixing lines. There's something about it that she does not like, so everything on her page has to be from the same line. I've kind of gotten over that over the years, and I'm okay with mixing and matching. How do you guys feel about it? So I'm just looking for one. Oh, look at that. But it's still a little bit busy. I kind of want something that's a little bit more solid. And I think we found it. So I think it's going to be the one. Because it's more solid there. So we're going to start with this. You love mixing and matching, Anne? Awesome. Well, along with finding this, and because I love to layer, and I like using my products more than one way, I decided to look through my All in Create. This is the packages the dies come in. And for those of you that's seen how I organized my dies, so I created this. It's one of the boxes. Mixing all the time, Carolyn, that's awesome. And I created these sleeves, so my dies go, the big dies go in the front, and then in the back, all the little ones go in a pocket in the back. So that's kind of how I organize my All in Create dies. However, oh look, I see some of these already made. Might come in handy. Pull them right out. And I have some of the sticky on things. So put them out there. So that's kind of how I organize. And so this here, I have just on ring. So it's the packages that came in. So instead of going through my dies and opening up all the little envelopes to see what's there, I just did a quick flip through. I just did this like minutes before going live to see if there's anything on here I think I might want to cut out to add for embellishments or tuck things. And I'll show you, this one jumped out at me. So this kind of thing on layouts, I love. Like to make edging and just tuck it in somewhere. Love, love, love this one. This is number 68. And you get all these dies. And this is like a little tab. So I pulled out this package. And this is what they look like. So this is number 68. And I have my envelope, 68. So all these little dies are in here. And the big one that goes in the Rolodex is in the pocket. And there was another one that I thought I like. Oh, I missed this one. This one would have been cool. Look, the paper clip. I digress, though. So there's all kinds. Oh, I think I skipped it. Which one? There was another one that caught my eye because it had like a tab. This one. So this one is number DI 80. So I thought I'd like this little tab. So I have my 2 envelopes out. I have my handy dandy little sidekick beside me. So these little dies I absolutely love because they're so easy. I don't have to jump up and use my big machine. Not that it's a big deal. It's right beside me, but it still seems to be a little bit interruptive. And then I thought, well, All in Create, they have all kinds of rub-on things. So I went through and I just picked out a few that I thought might go with the color palette. I'm thinking this one more than any of them. But we'll see. I may not even need that because, like I said, the paper is very busy. But I thought I'd like to have options. So I grabbed those. And that's not saying that I might not go off kilter and decide, well, there's something else I want instead. That's the beauty about all of this. So let's prep our base layer first. And I am just looking in for my little distress tool. I haven't used it in a very long time. And if I can't find it permanently, I will use my scissors. Oh, let's see. You should do a tutorial on how you made the all and create organized. I almost wonder if I did. I almost wonder if I did, but I can certainly keep that in mind, Anne. I'll look back. If I did, I'll bring it to the forward. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of distressing because I kind of want the whole thing to have a little bit of texture. This is the little Tim Holtz distressing tool. It's old. It's one of the first things he ever came out with as far as a tool. It's changed its look over the years, but one yeah, because each one of these grooves is a blade, so there's no having to replace this unless you lose it. Now I know some of you have that fancy electric one. I think Heather does. I used to have my eye on that, but I can't get it anymore. And I don't always distress it anymore. Now I do upload all my videos to my own YouTube channel. No worries, Anne. I know what you mean. Just as a way to keep track of the projects that I'm doing as well. So if you can't find it on the Younique page, because we all know Facebook likes to change the rules, then if you go to Attic Inspired Crafter on YouTube, you will find me, and you can search past videos. Got a mat under me, and if you hear a big crash, have no worries. I'll be fine. But I've gotten tangled up in that mat a time or two and fell off my chair. I'm just going to go ahead and make some little Y's. And then I'm going to take my scissors because I can't get the tool in. And then just, I see Vicky, and I'll never get her last name right, Papaloni, or she does this little trick to make distressed edges, and I love it. So she'll often take a pair of tweezers when she's using like small ones, and she'll flip the edges down using the tweezers. I have one, actually had two, but sold one. Yeah, no, they're wonderful tools. And you can make that as deeper if you want, but I'm just going to do a couple along the edge. Sometimes I'll just use my fingernail. Anybody out there crafting with me? I hope we get into a place where people feel comfortable to pull out their stuff and craft along, even if it's not the same paper. It is hard for me to do classes based on what the store has in stock because I'm not there to see what's left. I did take a quick peek yesterday before I decided to go with this, and it looked like there was some in stock. And I know Heather's always really, really good to try to get more stock in if people are wanting something. I think I'm just going to put one more down here at the bottom. You know, I like to work in threes. And this one I'm making a little deeper. And I might even actually tear it off. So what I do for the sake of time is I won't ink with you live unless there's somebody out there that's crafting along with me. Then I will ink and I will go at your pace because I really appreciate that. But if you're all just watching and gonna play later on for ideas, that's awesome too. I just love the company and I can save my inking to the end. It's the same as some things I might have to glue down, but well, let's just ink this piece. And this is not pink. It's actually, it was washed. And I'm using Vintage Photo. I just want to, it's my go-to. I do try the other browns. As you know, I have all the colors. For distressing, I find the traditional distressings, I like them better than the oxides. But for stamping, I like them both. And there's so many things you can do to, like if I started with just a white piece of paper, then there might be room for more of the rub-ons and things. I just want to get this bottom layer kind of situated. Now, anybody out there who do not have distressings, I've been using them since they've come out. I've been with Tim Holtz since his first original 6 brown inks. And many of the inks that I have, and I use them. I've actually still have the originals. I don't know what they're made from, but they keep their ink. Vintage Photo is one that I've had to replace probably twice now. It was one of the original 6. And after a while, I do have some of the re-inkers. I don't have all of them. I have the most used ones like Vintage Photo. But after a while, I find the felt pad gets kind of crummy. On for ideas today. Put most of my stash away. Granddaughter arriving Monday from Australia. Nice. Most stuff out is for her to use. That's going to be fun, Carolyn. Yeah, get them in early. Okay. So I think I've settled on these 3 photos now. Let me just see how they're going to lay. I wish this little kitty was up and down like the other 2, but she's not. So I don't know. I know I kind of want them going across my page, or at least I thought I did, but where she's not sitting up and down, no, I think I still want them to go across. For some reason, I had a vision of putting them across, and I want to mat them. So I want like a strip or a border or something where I can mat them. I'm just turning off my phone here. So let's see. I might have to take another piece of the 12 by 12 because this is only 8 by 8. But you know what? It might do. It might do. So I want to look for a background piece again. I don't want something that's really busy. I want something that's more solid. I do not want to use this whole piece though. I love that piece. I like this brown. That's nice and neutral. Okay. And I don't overthink it either. So if I like it, I take it. So my pictures are 2 by 3 with a little bit of a white frame. So I'm just eyeballing this, and I'll still have some left over for something else. There. No measurements. Just do it the old-fashioned way. Layer. It took me years to get to measuring things, and still every now and again I'll revert back to the let's just put it on and try it. So I think I want this guy kind of straight on off the page. So let's do that. Oh, I have to just stress and make sure the writing is going the right way. Not that you can really make it out, but if I have a choice to do it right or wrong, I might have to do my inking along with the video today, just because if I'm going to stick things down, I won't be able to get at it. Another thing I do a lot of is I sew. I have a sewing machine in here. I can't sew material to save my soul, but I can sew paper. So you can always throw on a little bit of sewing. Now I don't want to put this right down because I might want to tuck more behind it. I just know that I want something to anchor my photos. So I'm not going to stick it right down, but I am going to kind of position my pictures. I think I like it like that. A little bit on the angle. So what you guys are up to? Tell me. What, anything exciting in 2026 that you're looking forward to? Well, that's cute. And it's going to sit like that. Now let's look. Cute babies, you mean the kitties, or you're looking forward to cute babies? Yes, I like that. I like that. There's still enough that I'm seeing the paper on the ends, but now I want to work vertical. So let's see what we have. And I'm just going to be throwing, hi Judy, I'm going to be throwing layers in. And I love layering. Oh my gosh, I see 18 on. Maybe impromptu is the way to go. Love it. And I know I do want to cut out some of these circles. So I'm going to get my circle punch out here in a minute. Just take this page and put it to the side. But I want something up and down. These words are kind of cute. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, I love this one too. I love this for the solid kind of. So I'm just pulling out pages that I know I really want to include. Oh, I like this. Okay, and then is there any from this pad that I really want to have? Love this paper pad, Furry Friends. I'm on the wait list. It's very cute. It is very cute. I love this dark gray because it kind of helps tone down things. Oh, and I love the green. You know, I'm going to be pulling up more paper than what I'm going to use, right? Okay, if there's another one that is just like grabbing at me, I'll take it. Oh, I love that brown, but we kind of got a brown one there. I'll save that one for now. Oh, and I love that one. But I still want to have some busy patterns. Yeah, I'm pulling out everything. Yeah, that one there's kind of busy. Let me get another busy one. We may not use all this, but And some of these, I can see me popping in for some of these cards. Okay, I think we got a good start. I've pretty much pulled out one of everything, I think. Oh, look how fun that is. You can cut this. Oh my gosh, for my All in Create people. I can make little slits and stick them in. Wouldn't that be fun? Home sweet home. That's so cute. Just thinking of all kinds of things. And then of that paper pad that I showed you, look at this. Okay. I have this paper line, so now I'll know what to do. Awesome, Anne. And it is very generic, so that I don't think it has to be just pets. Like there's lots of ways you can use this paper. I know I want something here. Okay. Settle down, Sherry. What do we want first? So maybe a busy one there. That whole 8x8. And then if we work a little bit up and down. So I think I'm going to take this. And for those of you that are just joining, this is from a different Stamperia line. It's called Time is an Illusion, but it's the exact same color palette. So I'm making use of the scraps that I have left. Look, this one's already cut. Let's leave this one out to the side. But I think I'm going to take this piece because I want something a little bit higher. We're going to go about 4.5. And I know I don't want it the whole 12, so we're just going to cut off 3. That would give us 9. Yeah, that might be good. And then I'll keep this piece to maybe tuck in. So that's a tip for you. Because I'll probably do, if I don't do it here live, I'll do another page offline and I can post a picture to have the puppy dog. So sometimes I make sure that I have enough so that I can repeat the same pattern on the opposite page, just so that the colors flow. You don't have to be exact. Judy, I was in emerge with pneumonia and asthma on Christmas Day. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And your family's coming tomorrow, late Christmas, but you know what? That is okay, and I'm glad you're on the mend. Well, I'm liking that. But I almost want to mat this. Now, I did pull out a piece of black. And my photos that I'm going to be using, oh, I think I'm going to like that. Okay. I ink this. So very happy to hear you're on the mend, Judy. I just got my flu shot like the week before Christmas, not Christmas week, actually, on the 23rd. I'm hoping it ties me over, although I know it's different strands that people are getting sick with, but hopefully it's a little bit of protection. Vaccines are such a touchy topic, so I'm just going to take my glue gun, put it, yeah, I like it too against the black. I think it's going to make it pop. Which way does the words go? This way, I do believe. Yeah. This is what I was saying about not measuring, doing it old school. Oh. Putting it on the paper and then cutting it out around the paper. That's how I used to do all of it. And then there was a lady that owned a scrapbook store locally. She used to get so mad at me. She made me learn how to measure. But I still fall back to my old ways sometimes. Do you guys always measure, or do you sometimes do what I'm doing? And I have more black paper if I choose to mat other stuff. So let's ink up this one really quick. I know that this is going to be the next bottom layer. I find, what do you guys do more of? Double pages or single pages? I used to do all double. Now I do mostly single. But with that being said, if you're using the same paper line, you can do 2 single pages and they'll still flow together in your album. Doesn't matter what the layout is. Started scrapbooking using the, what was it called? It was called block scrapbooking. It was through close to my heart, and everything was kind of in a square block, and that's still quite attractive if that's your jam. This one has writing on it too, not that I can make it out. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, I like that. I like that, but I don't want to put it down yet. This is kind of where, like, tucking in some things and making more layers. Sometimes single, sometimes double. That's writing and that's writing, so I'll save that. And I love what Stamperia does. Like, this is actually on the back of the cover, but I've also been known to use the cover for stuff too. But this to me is a treasure piece. Like, this is a, I love that. I could use that with any line. Some green, some blue. Oh, I think a pop of this one. So for kicks and giggles, I'm just going to keep, don't throw those out. You do mostly double, but you've done single. If you have different pages to paper, yeah. And just right above his little nose, because I just want this part. See how you layer, like I will kind of want it to offset now. This is kind of centered. This is offset a little bit, but it's almost a waste, isn't it? So I'm going to cut another piece off of this because I don't need it all. So I'm going to do like 2.5. I can put that piece there, and then I can take this piece, that one went under it, and I can take this piece and go over it, or I can kind of save it for the other side. Seeing what this looks like. I think I like it like this, so I am just going to take a pencil, because I don't even need the other part. I'm going to pencil it right there, and then I can keep the scrap piece to the other side. I'm still going to have to start gluing down pieces. Now, the other thing you can do, if you don't want to glue down your pieces until you're you're don't commit until you're sure is you can take a photo. You can layer it and then take a photo. I've done that many times. And then when you're ready to glue, you just look at your photo and you go back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this one down, but I'm just going to put my glue in the center so that if I still want to poke things up underneath, I can. And I never worry about having things really tightly glued because it's going in an album that has a protective sheet, so that it's not going to come apart. So I still have, like, I can still scoot things behind. That's a good tip. And then I thought I said I was going to under with this one. So I'm just going to ink this up. And I love adding layers. Like, I just love it. Just going to put some glue down in the middle. And I can use this writing kind of as a gauge. I do want it to come over here a little bit. Just like that. And then this part I want up here. What are you thinking so far? I'm liking it. Now, a lot of people find this kind of scrapbooking busy, and I appreciate that. They like more, like you'll see a lot of different artists have like very clean pages where there's like a huge white space, and then they have like a little line of photos with a little bit of inking and things like that. I love full pages. So for the kitty cats, I am going to pop these guys up. So, I have pieces of scrap chipboard, and that's another tip. Keep your scrap chipboard. It makes fabulous pop things for your layouts instead of using up all your pop squares, your tape. And the other thing is it keeps it like solid, so it doesn't sink in different areas, which I really like. Now, a downside, if you want to call it a downside, is that you have to use stronger tape, or at least I do. So if I'm using chipboard as my pop-up element or supply, I'll put some good double-sided tape down on both sides. Beautiful layout of your furry family. Yeah, you do both singles and doubles. Awesome. Thank you, Anne. Leftover foam. I have foam actually up in my cupboard, and you know that old saying, out of sight, out of mind. I do tend to go to the foam for cards. Do you find it? One thing with the foam is sometimes even using the double-sided tape, I have a hard time securing it. Maybe I'm just not burnishing it well enough. But when you pop it up just a little bit, it gives you that ability to tuck things behind it as well. You guys still have your Christmas decorations up? Took hours down last weekend, actually. I had to work, like I didn't have extra time off. I had Christmas box or Christmas Day and Boxing Day off, and then New Year's Day, but I didn't have any like extra time, so I took it down when it worked well for me. So there you go. Oh, I would have liked to have scooted him over a little bit more, but that's all right. So we have that down. And what else? These circles. I love that cat too. I never opened my embellishment pack. We'll do a few more layers and I'll open it to see what's in there. Oh, I like this green. You gotta find a spot for some green. Maybe up and through here a little bit. I think I'm gonna do 2 pieces of green, tuck underneath each end. And it says writing on it too. So I will do 1 inch, 2 1-inch pieces. And I'm going to grab a border punch, my go-to favorite. And this one. I love that one, especially if I'm doing anything distressy. I found a note about Glitter Maker that you used during a previous live. Uniquely creative glitter brush pen. Do you know where that come from? Oh, this one here. It's the same as the Wink of Stella. And if it came from anywhere, so it would have been, this is a Nuvo one. This one here is a Wink of Stella, but it would be the same as one of this, and it would have came from Younique. Maybe they don't get them anymore, but it's still the same. And the other thing you can do, if you spin it around long enough, you can create your own glitter little pens. So if you have one of your Wink of Stellas that is dry, don't throw it out, because you can twist the cap off and put your own glitter in. So how many of you have the perfect pearls? Like these things was one of Ranger's first products, I think. I have a whole drawer full of different colors, but you can take a little tiny scoop of this, put it in your empty pen, put some water in it, and just shake it up really good, and you will get glitter. Now, it might be like it will be a stronger gold, or if it's a pink, like whatever color pigment you put in there, that's what you're going to get. What I like about the Wink of Stella is it's like a kind of like a crystal clear, um, where there's really no pigment in it. So you still have some perfect pearls, yes. No, perfect pearls, that used to be what we did back in the day before these Wink of Stellas and things were a thing. I'm just going to do some borders. And I eyeball it, like, if you start somewhere in the middle, then there's a good chance you're going to come out equal on both ends. When I'm just stressing pages, I don't care if I come out even or not, because often I will rip tabs off to give it more of that distress look. So if you have a technique or a way that you use your references that really work, then you follow that. But I just start first in the middle and then just go back and forth. There. Get all your little pieces. And you actually have this too. So I don't throw away any scraps until I'm done with the paper. So once I know I'm done creating with the paper, then any of the little bits go away. And then I just keep the big portions. Pass on. Oh, see, I went too far. I'm just going to back up. And if I made a mistake and it didn't line up, I'm okay with that. And I know I got more paper. But if I need to cut another strip, I was busy doing some cooking. So of course, you know, New Year's, we all have great intentions. It's not that I'm dieting or anything healthy like that, but it's just the cost of food. I'm really trying to not waste food. So I got each of my children this weekly planner because, you know, it's the same thing. They're paying for food too. And the idea is that you look and see what you have, and then you come up with a weekly planner, or you buy what's on special and then develop some meals from it. I love this book too. Hi, Lisa. I'm glad you made it. You might have been there all along. So today, part of my weekly meal planning was because we had ham last weekend, so I had froze the bone and the broth because I usually put my hams in the slow cooker. What brand of punch is that? That is an oldie but a goodie. It is We Are Memory Keeper. Yeah, so old that the sticker, the name kind of wore off of it. But there's other brands that you can get like this. But I'm sure We Are Memory Keepers. They probably still have some of those kicking around. So I made a ham soup. It's a ham bean soup. It smells delicious. And for tomorrow, I cooked a squash. And I follow this dude. His name is called Wise Guide, WYSES, Wise Guide, GUIDE. And he's kind of decorator, but big for recipes and stuff. And I love his recipes. They're very down home cooking. So he had one on there. It was pasta dish, but your sauce is made from squash. So I'm in the process of making that. Hi, Tammy. So these are my two edges, and I do like that little hint of green. And we don't have to go matchy-matchy. We can off-center them, or we can keep them matched. I'm just going to play with them a little bit and see which way I like. I think I like them matched, actually. And because we got this popped up and this is a little bit lifted, it may not stick all the way down, and I'm okay just by putting glue half. Thanks for joining us, Tammy. I hear some people are on the wait list for this paper line. This is called Furry Friends from Stamperia. So if you're seeing it and you're loving it, let Heather know. And then we're going to put this one down. And then I'm going to take another look through my pile, grab my circle punches, because I know I'm going to want to cut out some of those circles that we've seen. See if there's anything, like I don't like the space in here. We'll fill that with something. There could be opportunity for journaling. Like I want to do some clusters, maybe a couple of clusters. So we'll get into that. We might use some of this paper for that. This one, I feel like I'm okay with this one because we have writing there. So I'm going to put that back up there. I feel like I have enough patterns going on, so I'm going to put that one back up there. This one's got more like numbers and things. I think I'm going to cut up a couple of pieces of this. Margaret. Thank you. Well, I'm so happy you guys are joining. You never know. And I completely understand when lives are busy and all you can do is watch a few minutes and then join another time. So I'm wondering what do I want? I want this part for sure. So I want that part. And then I think I want a couple of these alphabet pieces. I'm just going to do that for now. I'm not going to throw away these bits. Make a mini ball of yarn and add, oh, that would be cute. Yeah, yarn would completely be great for texture. I just want these kind of the alphabet parts of it. I'm just doing little blocks. And I like working in threes, so I'll keep that. And I'm just going to keep this one. Maybe I'll cut this one in two. In no particular fashion. Well, 3.5. And then that leaves what? 3. As you can tell, I never have a quick plan as to how layouts are going to turn out. I do look through Pinterest a lot, and that's usually what inspires me to, okay, we got to do something, because the person I love looking up stuff the most is Katie Petite. She used to do digital designs, and if you look her up on Pinterest, it's called Layered Frameworks, and it's kind of what I'm doing in her style, but I just love it. I want to do that. I have an idea for in here, and I'm going to use my those little dies that I took out for in there. But I'm just thinking, I like this texture. It almost looks like wire. You know, we could keep this for I think I'll keep that as part of our layers, our clusters. But let's see if we can find a spot for these ones. Yeah, kind of like that. Don't overthink it. I remember when scrapbook crops were becoming a thing, and my friend and I would go, and if we got like 3 double pages done in a weekend, we thought we were slamming it. Like, it took us so long. There was just so much humming and hawing and afraid to waste paper. I got over that over the years. And I have to say, there's not many layouts I've ripped apart that I didn't like. If I like the paper, I'm going to like the layout. So that's how I feel about it anyway. Okay, that's getting some heft to it. I like it. I like it. So now I know these little ones. Let me see what I did with one. See which one I want. So we have one kind of like that, but I used my punch, so that one's the star's nice. I like the star. We could do a couple stars, and I like circles, which will be fitting if we're going to do some bubbles. Oh, and then we have this one, and we have this little circle. All kinds. And this one here, actually, this one here, I think it's made to, well, I mean, you could use all the little dots, but I think it's made to put right within the cardstock itself. Grab my little fella and decide what paper I'm going to use. I think I'm going to do black. I think I just need some black accents. Cut off a piece of black. I usually have a little folding table pulled out. Put my stuff on, but since I just cleaned, my whole counter is available, which is awesome. And I love that this little sucks, like it's not moving an inch. We're gonna do some stars. Okay, I think I see how this is. So if I want the actual star border, I'm gonna have to do a little border. See with me in a minute. See, so it cuts out the stars, which is great. And because I want this as a little border, I'm just going to take my scissors and nip it. That's how these ones are designed. So I have like a little star border. I love that. Plus I have little stars. So I'm going to keep those because I think they're going to go on our page. Maybe I'll do 2 stars. So now I have to either cut this edge off and put it, or I'm going to do it on this side. You have to have a straight edge in order to cut your border. But these little All and Create ones, they're wonderful for layouts, and even the, like, you know, the big ones that were meant for the Rolodex, they have these holes, but I've used these as mats for layouts, and they're so pretty because there's so many different designs that you get. Like, you know, there's just so many. So anyway, I'm a big fan of All and Create. Hey, Lynn, welcome, welcome. We're using our Furry Friends from Stamperia to do a layout. And I'm probably going to keep all my supplies out and do another one. Now, I don't know if it will get done this weekend because I have commitments for tomorrow. But when I get it done, I'll post a picture of it in case those of you that are wanting double page. And like even that, like if you do either end, that's kind of a funky pattern that you could certainly incorporate. But I'm just going to cut it off right there. And I want another straight edge for the bubbles. I can layer and layer and layer all day. Some babies have a little machine like this. They're well worth the money if you're looking to invest in a little portable die cutting machine. Yeah, you're limited to what you can fit. Like this is a 2.5, so you're limited. But there's a lot of little dies that you can put through here. And you know, because I am who I am, I also have sitting beside me the Spellbinders mini one. So they're all in kind of grab like this one. So it's a little good, and it's a good investment. So it's the Spellbinders one. I think it's 3.5 wide. And then of course I have the regular size one, and I do have an automatic one like the Gemini. I have to say my favorite machines, like the Spellbinder one is okay, but my favorite machine is Sizzix. Sizzix all the way. And I've tried several of them. So that's it for these little pieces. So I'm going to make sure I get them back in their little holder. And from our other envelope, while we have this out, if I can find it, I'm going to cut again out of the black, and this is where I can use these scraps. A couple of these. These are in two parts. I'm going to cut them both out and then decide how I want to use them. So one, that thing is stuck solid until you lift the handle and then it releases the pressure. I am going to get a little piece of tape. Did you hear that? I kicked the bucket in the trash pan. Little piece of tape to hold these ones together so they don't move. I didn't do this in advance because I really don't know. And you'll have to let me know. Like, do you find it frustrating to watch me decide, or would you prefer I already have it all decided before I come on, have everything pre-cut, and then just create the page? I can do it like that too. I just have to plan a little bit more, which is okay, because today was a bit of a surprise. And if they get stuck, you don't have your pokey tool handy. If you just drop them, they'll come out. I don't think this is going to fit, but I don't think I need more because I think I have enough. So I'm going to put these ones back in, put them over there, put my tape to the side, release that, put it back up on its little holder. Look, something as simple as that. I don't throw it away. It's still a good tacky tape. Silly. Silly, silly. We're just after the hour mark and we're getting there. These are all scraps that I'm going to kind of put to the side for now. Now let's put these little black pops of magic. See, there was just something about the side that I felt I didn't like that separation. I'm still not sure the baubles are going to do it. There might be an embellishment that's going to do it better. You find it more interesting to watch and learn from your process? Thanks, Judy. This I'm going to tuck in right here. There's going to be like two different punches. For this, I'm going to get out my handy dandy glue gun. Again, the best invention in all the world. I'll just tuck that right in there because I want the baubles to see. Now you can go in and within the little holes, you can put in gems, like some sparkle things if you want. Then I think I'm going to put a star one down here. Because I like threes, I have another star one that I'll either put, I'm gonna, I want you to be able to see because I have some individual stars too that I can put in. I don't like that. stop every now and again and look up to see if anybody's got any questions or comments. I do like it up there. Now we're getting down to the what I call the final touches. So if I was going to sew on this page, then there's two different ways you can sew. Well, I'm sure there's more than two, but the way I would do it is either I'd wait until the page is completely done and I'd like sew an edge all the way around, or just put bits of sewing here or there, or you could sew individual pieces before you stick them down. So you can certainly do that. Now I do want these photos to lay a little bit more flat now, so I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue. But they're going to go in the sleeve and they'll be flat anyway, so it shouldn't make a difference. Okay, let's look at our, oh, I forgot to cut that one up, but I'm going to put it back in its little thing here. Let's look at our clusters. Okay. Let's look at our package of stuff. Now I'm going to move this out of the way because it's kind of distracting. And you get to see on the back what they all are, but they do have a bit of a gold iridescent flare to them. Now I do find their packaging, as soon as you open it, you have to toss it because it tears very easily, but that's okay. That's what we have baggies for. So there's, like, you see how, like, it has like gold? I know you can see that in the camera. It's very striking. So like the other thing you can do on a page like this is you could add some stamping, background stamping, and do gold embossing on it. It would be stunning. There's this flower. So when I separate my ephemera, I kind of put like pieces together. There's a circle. This would definitely be Smeagol. He's got attitude. So I'll put the cats together. Oh, this one's sweet. This looks like it could be Delta. She's very lazy. Oh, we have some sentiments. Home sweet home. Smile. Looks more like a rabbit than a cat to me. I don't really care for that one. I'm going to put that one up there. Look at this dog. I'll use some of the dog ones on. Oh my gosh. Now, yeah, I'm just looking at that space. I love that cat. I'm going to put all the cat ones there. Have fun. I think that's just have an amazing birthday. So, like, if you have a pet lover, didn't realize that. Or if you're someone who celebrates your pet's birthdays, another home sweet home. Flowers. Really like these embellishments. That's a dog. I'm going to put the doggies up there for now. But there's some very funny. Oh, look at this cat. So adorable. That's going to add some sparkle to this page, and it's making me want to get out some gold spellbinder little embellishments. Nice flower. Another flower. It was a bulldog. Oh my God, that's sweet. Another fancy cat. This is like a long flower, so there's the long flowers. Surprise! Some leaves. Just looking to see how many is still on here. Not that it matters. I'll talk to myself. 15 of you. Awesome. And I know I'm over my hour by 15 minutes, so I'm going to try to speed it along. This is a little insect. That's different. Flowers. Gosh, you get lots. Oh, I love this house. This funky house. That almost looks like it should go with the dogs, although there's cats hanging off the windows. Oh, and the wiener dog. These are so cute. and then another big dog, and then some more leaves. And this says bark, so I'll put that up with the dog stuff. That will be for my dog page. So right now we have this, and we're going to build some clusters. So where is that circle page? I'm going to get some of my circle dies, punches. That's pretty big, that one. Oh, stuck. So these are memory keepers. No, these are EK Success. You know what? I think this is EK Success too. Not memory keepers. EK Success. It's a little bit bigger than that. That's a 1 1/4. Probably need a 1 1/2, or maybe even larger. Yeah, that's 1 3/4. So I need that. This is a 2. So there's a 2 there. I'm going to just get this off, this corner edge off, so I can get in here. And it doesn't matter that it's half a circle because you can tuck that behind something. Chasing Dreams, it says. Love that. And then I'll go in with one of my smaller punches. Got a 1 inch here. And then, even though I cut that, I can probably get a second layer circle. I'm going to turn my paper around and get some more of these ones. And I don't know if I'll use them all, but I'm just going to cut out what I have from this page. It's great. There. And there's other words here too. So I'm just going to cut out that much for now, and if I need to come back, I'll put that piece of paper. So we save these. How many of these do clusters? Do you know what I mean when I say clusters? I think I want 3, so I need another piece of paper. Do you know what I mean when I say like clusters? I did have a clean counter over here. So clusters is kind of, you make your own embellishment using pieces. It can be pieces of paper. It can be paper combined with embellishment packs. It can be anything, but it's like a single bunch of materials that you then can lay down on your card for your layout, and it's almost like decoration. And it usually has dimension and depth. You do them all the time, Anne? I'd love to see some of your work. I love clusters. And you can have clusters, like if you're nailing cards, clusters don't have to be dimensional, like because you're going to pay extra to get your card out. It can be multi-layered, but in a single. And I do like odd numbers, so I'm going to try to put 3 down on this page. And I think one of them is going to go in the middle where I'm really not liking this gap, so I have to make sure it's skinny enough. So like this piece right here could be the base for a cluster, I'm thinking. So let's see how that plays out. So we cut out these circles, and we have some of these kitty cats. I'm not sure if any of these sentiments really apply, have fun. We could put that there. But I love the cat. And that is Delta. That's our girl cat. Delta is beside one of the boy cats. So like having it like that, where the kitty cat's peeking out. And this is a great time to pull out your stapler for cluster making, but I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive back here. Is this a peel and stick? I don't know. Let's see what they say on their package. Adhesive paper cutouts. Well, by gosh darn it. Let's see how challenging it's going to be to get the paper off. Yeah. This may not be patience for me to get the paper off. I might just get down the using glue. But know that there is adhesive back there. So I'm just going to use for a little bit right there and a little bit behind tail. The arm's going to go in the front, and the ear is going to go in the back. I like that. And then what else? We could take one of these circles. Remember I said don't worry about that part because we can hide it. So we can put the circle right behind there. And this is when you can start popping things. So let me get my pop squares out. So if I ever make a mistake and end the video, because I have this way of throwing my stuff on top of my computer, just know that I'll restart another one. Hopefully I won't have to do that. That is annoying. Just going to put a couple of the pop squares down here to grab that circle. Sorry if I'm out of camera. Just like that. So we do have a little bit of dimension. Now let's see what else we can fit. So if I take my picture back in, you see how it's going to sit there right between, like that I like. I think that's cute. Is there anything else here that we want to put, like maybe something down here? We do have these little tabs too. I think what I'm going to do is, because each cat has their own name, is I'll do these in white, and I'll put little tabs up here in white, and I'll write their name down. Or actually, I could use my label maker and make little labels. So let's do the black, because I like the black. I just like how the black shines on this paper. So cute. Is that the ephemera die set? Yes. This is the ephemera Furry Friends, and it's got like a gold shiny cover. It is very cute. So I put the little tab up there. So I'm going to put the name. So I'm just going to put that, lay that one up there. So that's one cluster. So let's do another one. And I'm not sure where this one's going to go. I knew I wanted one to go there. So we have some very, like this one is so Mr. Smeagol. So Mr. Smeagol, he is a male cat, and he's got attitude. So I'm thinking this little embellishment is just going to stick up there. So I'm just going to leave that there. and stick them on in a minute. I don't think I'm going to cluster that one. So what other things can we cluster here? So I got one going up and down. I can have another one. I'll have one going this way. Late, Ruby, no problem. We are heavily into it, but no problem. You can watch it. You can watch it on rerun and see. It's a cute Furry Friends line from Stamperia. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put some pop dots, pop squares, dots, whatever you want to call them. I go through a lot of adhesive, and I know you guys do too. And I do have an adhesive drawer. Yes, I am admitting that I have a grave fear of running out of adhesive. Crazy, isn't it? So one there. We can do another circle, inking up the edges. I like that little bug. I'll have to put him somewhere. Oh, you're most welcome, jurist. Thank you guys for checking this video out today. Really going to catch only on the end, so I'm going to go get my stapler, my handy dandy Tim Holtz stapler. And this would be a good one to staple. I love these little tiny attachers, they're called. So Tim Holtz, it's a stapler. It's the tiny ones. I'm sure Heather can get it in for you because I don't believe it ever goes out of style. Now we could do another flower there, maybe the small one for the center. Or what else do we have here? I like using, oh, there's one that's kind of made up a circle. So let's put that one on there. And I am going to put a pop square behind it. I didn't ink the embellishments because they're so shiny. And then we do have some leaves, which I think as the last part of this cluster, I'm going to staple right there. We have two clusters, and you can keep going. Like if if one of these things really spoke to me, like the Home Sweet Home, it's not bad. Yeah, let's do that one because that's a nice, perfect spot, a base for a sentiment. Let's do that one. Home Sweet Home. They're so cute. We are currently pet free. We love pets, my husband and I, but we lost our last cat before Christmas, and it's hard, right? So there's number 2, and I'm just looking. I think I'm going to go for one more. And if I don't use it on this layout, we'll probably use it on the next. So I have this. There is, I'm just trying to decide what to put on it. We got some of these tall flowers, which are kind of cool. Let's do one in the front and then one in the back. Do a kind of one like that. And then pop. We're going to put a circle on there just because. Oh, I like this one. This one is hollow in the center. Maybe we can put a flower. When we put it down on our layout, we can pop up a flower on the side of it. Like one of these little flowers. Yeah, that would be very cute. We'll pop it up right in the center of this circle. So that will be some dimension, and maybe another popped flower over here. Which one do I want to use? Definitely the yellow for in here. So that leaves the red or this bluish one. Down here. Okay, I think we're just about there. So I'm just going to scoot this stuff. I got to keep out one of these flowers. I think the smallest one. I'm just going to scoot this stuff over there. I'm going to keep my stars because I know I want to do something with them. Bring my page back in. Oh my gosh, this is coming together so fun. So definitely going to pop this one up there. So for this one, I'm going to use this stuff. I just cleaned these scissors today. It'll be all gummy again. Oh, that's so cute. And then this one, because this kitty cat has such an attitude, this little kitty's going right up there beside him. And I'm going to pop this one up. I'm just going to use the squares because they're quick. Oh, this is filling my heart today. I haven't done anything outside of Christmas for a very long time. So I was looking forward to this. And then I have this last cluster. Well, no, I have one here. I think I'm going to put right up here. Oh, and I just threw, there it is. So that one's going to go there. I'm going to put pop dots up here. And then just a little bit of glue down here. It is looking so cute. And I know it's hard for you guys to see because of all the other stuff on the table, but I'll clear the table off so that you can have a good view. And I'm just kind of flipping it in and out of the border punch that we did. So like some of the tabs are out, some of them are in and back, but I'm making sure that I leave all these little pieces exposed so you can see the different texture and layers. So he's down, this one's down, this is down, and then we have this last one. And we don't have to use it. Might be enough. Yeah, I don't want to put it here because it's too close. And this is kind of counts as 3. What do you guys think? Should I just leave it and maybe save this one for the other page? Because it is getting kind of busy. So I'm just going to put this one to the side, but I want to get some of these black stars down. Gold stars would be really cute as well. Oh, thank you, Ruby. It is a cute line indeed. It's a cute, cute line. And the sentiments, it leads me to believe it's for birthday. So I don't know if their thought is birthday for pets or birthday for pet lovers, but it's just a fun line. Leave it. I agree with you, Anne. I think too much, right? And that is my downfall. Sometimes I go too much. I'll put another little one down here. We got 3 up there. We have 3 down here. I think we're there. Now there's so much sparkle from, let me clear this out of view. There's so much sparkle from the gold. I was thinking about going to get some gold gems, but there's really a lot of sparkle from the gold embellishments. These out of the view. When I post a picture, though, don't be surprised if you see some gold embellishments. I'm going to save these stars for the other page. There it is. Thanks, Anne. I love it. I love it. And I think the black and white photos really makes it pop. Like adding a little bit of that neutral tone. It could have been dark brown, but I had that black on my desk, and I just love how it kind of separates. It is very cute. And just remember, you can do this layout. I didn't give any measurements, but you've seen my process. It really doesn't matter for measurements when you're tucking things in. But it's very cute. I will get a nice picture to post. I just want to say thank you for all of you lovelies that hung out with me for the afternoon. It filled my cup very much. So let me know if you want to see more stuff like this, because I do love layouts. Hi, is it Tiu? You are new for me. Welcome, welcome. Aw, thanks, Deb. Yeah, it is very cute. Normally I print on matte photo stock, but I ran out and it's kind of en route. So this is glossy, but it still looks good. Well, thank you all. It's we're an hour and 40 minutes in. I appreciate you sticking with me, and I will be sure to post, because I do now have to do this cute poppy, and I did it in black and white. I'd love to share some of my work, but not sure where to do so. So, Anne, I know that Heather's been looking in to see what we can do to have like a shareable form on Facebook. They do have a chat form for Younique. Maybe someone out there can share that with Anne, or Anna can tag you into it later on today, and you can post pictures to that. I know that, but there's not a lot of people that know about it. So I'll talk to Heather and ask her, see if we can create some sort of forum where people can share. But then someone has to man that forum, right? Because you can get a lot of bad people looking for a place to drop bad stuff. So we'll see. So this is Kaja, black and white and in color. And I almost think sometimes when I do like just have one picture, I like to do both black and white and colored and kind of just offset them a little bit. So we'll see. I'd love to see your work, Anne. See if you can post it on my page, Attic Inspired Crafter, on Facebook. You should be able to post it under the comments, I'm thinking, but I can't say for sure. But that is good. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and we'll chat real soon. Bye, gang.